Welcome, dear companions, on this journey of life to quiet wisdom. Today, let us explore a subject as timeless as it is profound, the inescapable truths of aging. Aging, with all its complexities, can seem like a formidable reality. Yet, viewed through the lens of Buddhist philosophy, it transforms into a pathway, a passage not of decline, but of awakening. It is an invitation to discover serenity in impermanence, strength in vulnerability, and beauty in the simplest of moments. Think of this moment as a pause, a breath amidst life's ceaseless flow. Together, we will delve into the art of embracing the passage of time, not with resistance, but with grace. For it is here, in the acceptance of change, that we uncover the profound wisdom that aging has to offer. So, let us walk this reflective path together, hand in hand, as we uncover the quiet truths that bring light to our days and peace to our hearts. 1. You are no longer the center of attention. The bittersweet realization. As the years advance, the spotlight dims. The world, once seemingly attuned to your every move, now hums along without much regard for your presence. This shift can sting, can't it? In our youth, we often tether our sense of worth to roles that make us indispensable. The caring parent, the reliable friend, the tireless professional. But as time marches on, the calls grow fewer, and the sense of being needed dwindles. Yet, in this humbling transformation lies a profound opportunity. Buddhism reminds us that this attachment to external validation is a root of suffering. The Buddha taught that clinging to the illusion of permanence, be it roles, relationships, or recognition, leads to dukkha, or dissatisfaction. But here's the beauty. When the world's gaze shifts away, it invites us to turn our own gaze inward. Rather than lamenting the fading of attention, consider this truth as an open door, an invitation to explore the boundless realm of your inner self. Picture this. The world's stage may no longer demand your presence, but the universe of your mind and spirit beckons you. When the external clamor dies down, a serene silence emerges. In that silence, you might hear the whispers of your soul, a gentle reminder of who you truly are beyond the roles you've played. What an extraordinary gift this is. Without the weight of constant expectations, you are free to explore your essence. No longer burdened by others' expectations, you have the rare chance to turn inward and ask, what truly brings me joy? What nourishes my spirit? Rather than seeking validation from others, focus on cultivating inner harmony. Engage in meaningful relationships that transcend superficial connections. Savor the quiet beauty of solitude. A morning spent in meditation, the pleasure of tending a garden, or simply watching the sunrise without distraction. Embrace this truth. You are no longer in the spotlight, but you are the steady light of your own life. The Buddha's teachings encourage us to embrace anatta, or non-self, the understanding that our identity is not fixed but ever-changing. This idea, though humbling, is profoundly liberating. It reminds us that we are not our accolades, our roles, or even our mistakes. We are dynamic, evolving beings, capable of endless renewal. Have you noticed how freeing it feels to let go of the constant need to perform? When you're not striving to meet others' expectations, you create space for authenticity to flourish. The pressure to be perfect, to always have the right answer, to always look a certain way, melts away. In its place, you find something much more precious, the ability to live fully and unapologetically as yourself. This stage of life also brings a unique opportunity to redefine what it means to matter. In youth, we often equate importance with activity, being busy, being needed, being seen. But the quiet wisdom of aging teaches us that true importance lies in being present. It's not about how many people call you or how often you're sought after. It's about the depth and quality of the connections you cherish. Consider this. The most profound moments of joy often occur away from the spotlight. The gentle rustling of leaves in a breeze, the warmth of a cup of tea in your hands, the sound of a loved one's laughter. These are the treasures of a life lived in awareness. Buddhism invites us to find beauty in the mundane, to realize that the extraordinary often hides in plain sight. When you stop striving for applause, you begin to notice the symphony of life playing softly all around you. And here's a paradox to ponder. By stepping out of the limelight, you gain a clearer view of life's interconnectedness. Without the need to compete for attention, you can offer your wisdom, your presence, and your compassion more freely. Imagine the joy of sharing your stories with younger generations, not as the star of the tale, but as the wise narrator who offers perspective and guidance. Your value doesn't diminish, it transforms. You become the foundation upon which others build, a steady anchor in an ever-changing world. Ultimately, the shift away from being the center of attention is not a loss, it is a liberation. It is a chance to shed the weight of external expectations and to step fully into the quiet, profound authenticity of your being. The world may not revolve around you, but your inner world, rich, vibrant, and boundless, is yours to explore. And in that exploration, you may discover the truest form of freedom. 2. Your body is changing, and that's okay. Let's face it, aging has a way of humbling us. The body, once spry and vigorous, now whispers its limitations with each passing year. Wrinkles, gray hair, aching joints, these are the marks of time's touch. In our youth-obsessed culture, such changes are often framed as betrayals, as though aging were an enemy to be vanquished. But Buddhism offers a gentler perspective. The body is not a battleground. It is a vessel. It has carried you through countless joys and sorrows, borne witness to your triumphs and struggles. Even as it changes, it remains a faithful companion. The Buddha taught us to regard the body with mindfulness and compassion, recognizing its impermanence. As the Dhammapada so beautifully puts it, this body is fragile, like a clay pot. Acceptance is key. This doesn't mean resignation, but rather a loving acknowledgement of your body's current state. Treat it with care, not criticism. Gentle yoga, mindful walking, nourishing foods, these are acts of respect, not vanity. Remember, your worth is not tied to youthful vigor, but to the wisdom and resilience you've cultivated over a lifetime. Each wrinkle, each scar, each gray hair tells a story. They are not imperfections, but testaments to a life well lived. Just as the patina of age enhances a cherished artifact, so too do the marks of time enrich your presence. Cherish them. Consider the rhythm of a tree's growth. Over time, its bark thickens, its branches twist and turn with the wind, and its roots deepen into the earth. This is not a sign of decay, but of resilience, adaptation, and life. Your body, much like that tree, carries the wisdom of years within its very structure. It has been your steadfast partner through the dance of existence, and it deserves your gratitude. Buddhism teaches us to view our physical selves with a sense of impermanence. The body is a vessel for our experiences, and its changes remind us of the fleeting nature of life. But impermanence is not something to fear. It is a reminder to live more fully, to appreciate the moments of vitality, and to honor the quieter times when rest and reflection take precedence. Moreover, the changes in your body can become gateways to mindfulness. Every ache, every slowed step is an invitation to pause and listen. How often do we barrel through life, ignoring the messages our bodies send us? Aging offers us the opportunity to reconnect, to treat ourselves with the same kindness and patience we might offer a dear friend. And let's not forget the beauty of adapting to these changes. Movement may look different than it did in years past, but it can still bring joy and connection. Perhaps a brisk jog becomes a gentle walk, or a rigorous exercise routine transforms into a mindful yoga practice. These shifts are not losses, but evolutions, opportunities to rediscover what feels good, what nourishes, what sustains. There is also a profound freedom that comes with embracing the changes in your body. When you release the cultural obsession with youthful appearance and instead celebrate the wisdom etched into your skin, you find a new kind of beauty. It is the beauty of authenticity, of a life lived fully and without apology. Finally, remember that the body is not merely a physical entity. It is intertwined with the mind and spirit. When you honor your body, you honor the whole of yourself. Treat it with compassion, and it will continue to carry you through the unfolding journey of life, whispering its quiet wisdom with every step. 3. Not everyone will be there forever. Oh, the heartache of loss. As we age, we must grapple with the painful truth that not all who walk with us will stay the course. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, and relationships evolve. These absences carve deep voids, leaving us yearning for what once was. The emptiness that loss brings is profound. It can feel like a void that cannot be filled, a wound that never quite heals. And yet, Buddhism offers us a gentle way to sit with this pain. Through the principle of anicca, or impermanence, we come to understand that everything in life is transient. a river that never flows in the same way twice. This is not a call to detach entirely, but an invitation to cherish more deeply, knowing that all we hold dear is fleeting. Grief is not something to suppress or rush through. It is a sacred process, a testament to love. As the Buddha once said, you can only lose what you cling to. This does not diminish the pain of loss, but instead reframes it as an integral part of the human experience. When we grieve, we honor the depth of our connections. We recognize the beauty of having loved and been loved, even if that love has taken on a different form. Through mindfulness, we can navigate grief with compassion for ourselves. It's okay to cry, to feel the ache of absence, to miss those who have touched our lives. These emotions are not signs of weakness, but expressions of our shared humanity. The key is to allow these feelings to flow without becoming consumed by them. Just as clouds pass across the sky, so too do our emotions ebb and flow. With time and patience, even the heaviest clouds give way to light. And though some relationships fade, others blossom. The later years of life can bring unexpected friendships, a neighbor's kind smile, a shared hobby with a stranger, or a bond formed over shared wisdom. These new connections are not replacements for those we've lost, but rather reminders that life continues to unfold. They offer us opportunities to give and receive kindness, to share laughter, and to build fresh memories. Consider also the relationships that remain. Aging teaches us to treasure them more profoundly. Reach out to loved ones while you can. Write that letter, make that call, share that hug. These simple acts are profound gestures of love, reminding both you and them of the bond you share. Equally important is the relationship you have with yourself. Solitude, often mistaken for loneliness, can be a fertile ground for growth and self-discovery. Use this time to nurture your passions, reflect on your journey, and find peace in your own company. When you learn to enjoy being with yourself, the absence of others becomes less daunting. Ultimately, the impermanence of relationships is not something to fear, but something to embrace with grace. Each goodbye, as painful as it may be, makes space for new experiences, new connections, and a deeper appreciation for the present moment. Life is not measured by the number of people who stay, but by the depth of the connections we've had along the way. In this way, the love you've shared will echo throughout your life, giving it meaning, richness, and a profound sense of connection. 4. Change is inevitable. Life is a river, ever flowing and never still. And yet, how often do we resist its current, clinging to familiar shores? Aging confronts us with constant change, the loss of loved ones, shifting social roles, and even the evolution of our own identities. It can feel disorienting, even frightening. But the Buddha likened life to a lotus blooming in a muddy pond. Change, no matter how challenging, carries the seeds of growth. Resistance only creates suffering. Instead, we must learn to flow with life's rhythms, to embrace change as a teacher. Consider the times you've faced upheaval, a move, a career shift, or a personal loss. Didn't those experiences, painful as they were, also bring new insights and opportunities? Aging is no different. It invites you to let go of what no longer serves you and to step into new phases with curiosity and courage. Change often comes unannounced, much like a sudden storm. It can feel as though the ground beneath us has shifted, leaving us unsteady and unsure. Yet, just as the storm nourishes the earth and renews its vitality, so too does change nourish our spirit, if we allow it. The practice of mindfulness teaches us to observe change without judgment, to meet it with an open heart rather than resistance. Imagine life as a flowing river. If we attempt to hold on to the water, it slips through our fingers. But if we immerse ourselves in its current, we become part of its rhythm. This surrender to change is not passive. It is an active choice to trust in the process of life. The Buddha's teachings remind us that all things, even the most difficult, are impermanent. This understanding doesn't erase the pain of change, but softens its edges, allowing us to move forward with grace. Change also brings opportunities for reinvention. Consider the caterpillar, which must surrender to the chrysalis before emerging as a butterfly. Aging offers us a similar chance to shed old identities and embrace new ones. Perhaps the role you once played, as a caregiver, a professional, or a community leader, has shifted. Rather than mourning what was, explore what could be. What passions have been waiting patiently for your attention? What dreams have you set aside that now yearn to be fulfilled? The process of adapting to change also deepens our compassion. When we face our own struggles with humility, we become more attuned to the challenges of others. This shared vulnerability connects us, fostering empathy and understanding. In this way, change not only transforms us but also strengthens our relationships with those around us. Moreover, change invites us to cultivate resilience, that quiet strength that allows us to bend without breaking. Like bamboo swaying in the wind, we learn to adapt, to find stability even amidst uncertainty. This resilience is not born from avoiding change, but from embracing it, from seeing it as a natural part of life's ebb and flow. Let us also remember that change often unveils hidden blessings. A door closing may lead us to a window we hadn't noticed before. The end of one chapter makes way for the beginning of another. When we approach change with curiosity rather than fear, we open ourselves to possibilities we might never have imagined. In the face of change, take solace in the teachings of impermanence. Recognize that every moment, no matter how challenging, is an opportunity for growth. Trust in the unfolding journey of life, and know that within every transformation lies the potential for renewal. As the lotus blooms in the muddy pond, so too can we find beauty and purpose in the ever-shifting currents of existence. Number 5. Happiness is a choice. Here lies the most liberating truth. Happiness is not a gift bestowed by external circumstances. It is a choice, a practice, a way of being. The Buddha's teachings emphasize that true contentment arises not from what we possess or achieve, but from how we perceive and respond to life. Gratitude is a cornerstone of this practice. Pause and reflect. What brings you joy in this moment? Perhaps it's the warmth of the sun, the laughter of a grandchild, or the peace of a quiet evening. By shifting your focus from what's lacking to what's present, you cultivate a sense of abundance. And oh, how transformative this practice of gratitude can be. It acts as a lens through which even the simplest moments sparkle with meaning. The soft hum of a favorite song, the scent of blooming flowers, the texture of a well-worn book in your hands, these fleeting instances become treasures when held in the light of gratitude. In Buddhism, this awareness is often likened to a lotus unfolding, revealing beauty even in the most ordinary of circumstances. Mindfulness too plays a vital role. When you fully inhabit the present, you free yourself from the burdens of regret and worry. Each moment becomes an opportunity to experience life's richness. The Buddha often likened the mind to a restless monkey, constantly leaping from one thought to the next. But through mindfulness, we train that monkey to sit still, to observe, to be. This practice does not erase life's challenges, but it allows us to meet them with equanimity and grace. And let us not forget compassion, for yourself and for others. Forgive your past mistakes, release old grudges, and embrace the imperfections that make you human. In doing so, you create space for joy to flourish. Compassion, after all, is the soil in which happiness takes root. When we soften our hearts toward ourselves, toward others, we discover a profound sense of peace that radiates outward. Happiness, then, is not about chasing after fleeting pleasures or waiting for the stars to align. It is about cultivating a mindset that finds beauty in the imperfect, the unfinished, the everyday. Consider the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi, which celebrates the beauty of imperfection and impermanence. A cracked vase, a weathered bench, a scarred hand. These are not flaws, but reminders of life's resilience and depth. So too are the imperfections in your own life. They are the brushstrokes of a masterpiece still unfolding. As we bring this journey to a close, let us pause and reflect on the profound truths we have uncovered together. Aging, far from being a burden, is a sacred invitation to embrace the ebb and flow of life with grace. It calls us to release what no longer serves us, to celebrate the beauty of impermanence, and to discover the unshakable joy that resides within. Through the lens of Buddhist philosophy, we see that life's later years are not a decline but a transformation, a time to live with greater authenticity, deeper wisdom, and boundless compassion. These years are a chance to savor the present moment, to nurture meaningful connections, and to leave behind a legacy of love and kindness. Remember, dear friends, that happiness is not a distant destination, but a choice we make each day. It is found in the simple, quiet moments: a shared smile, the warmth of the sun on your face, the laughter of a loved one. These are the treasures that enrich our lives, reminding us that joy is always within reach. As the Buddha so beautifully taught, each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Carry this wisdom with you as you navigate the seasons of life. Let it be a guiding light, illuminating the path to peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Thank you for joining me on this reflective journey. May you find strength in your resilience, serenity in your acceptance, and boundless joy in the extraordinary gift of life. Until we meet again, may your days be filled with quiet wisdom and enduring grace.